these black and white drawings is how I start every creative idea. I have to sketch it first, and I love using this black marker because it forces me to not erase anything, and it forces me to also think in the mindset of there are no mistakes, only happy accidents, as Bob Ross would like to say. And truly, I do believe in this philosophy at my core. Like, I truly believe there are no mistakes in art or in life. And if something kind of seems like out of place or doesn't feel right, you can always add and create and make it look like it's meant to be there. And so I do this in my drawings, I do this in my cooking, I do this in my wardrobe and other parts of my life, in my gardening. And it's like, there's never really anything that's a mistake, or nothing needs to be fixed, including myself. Everything is intentional and meaningful, and even the quirks or the things that are quote unquote wrong are not wrong. There is no wrong thing in my vocabulary, in my life. And so these micron pen drawings has really taught me that philosophy, because like, let's say I would like put like a random line or a random dash in the middle of that blank white area. What I would do then is just like create this like beautiful little line around it and make it seem intentional. And so you would never even notice that that little mistake, quote unquote mistake, was there in the first place. It's a mindset, people. You gotta create that mindset. And that's what this black and white drawing has taught me, especially this one. I think I was like, oh, it doesn't look good. There's mistakes here, there's mistakes there. But I was just like, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna make it look good. And I just kept going until it looked good. And now it looks really good. And all of these original drawings are actually still available on my website. And these drawings inspire the paintings. And so those lines that you see in those black and white drawings inspire the large acrylic paintings. And I also draw from my own photographs and my own memories from Greece. And so drawing gets me into this mindset and this like way of thinking and being and feeling, where I transport myself back into that moment and that memory of where I was when I snapped this photo. And so that's like the power of visualization and like seeing a picture and looking at your own photographs, is like when you see it, your eyes are triggering your nervous system to remember that feeling that you felt when you were there. And when you draw it, your hands are moving and your mind is seeing, and your eyes and your body are working together to memorize that place and that moment and that emotion. And then it is turned into this little abstract drawing, and you're able to really download that feeling of peace and tranquility, abundance, life, gratitude that you experienced while on that trip. And so a recent thing I've been doing lately is taking my photographs from Greece and drawing them in this black and white abstract way, and then transforming them into these abstract watercolors. So it starts with that black and white drawing, and then I paint over it, and I have a watercolor painting over it. And so you can see the motifs of these beautiful abstract lines, and you can see the correlation between, you know, the abstract acrylic paintings with these little watercolor paintings. And what I'm really trying to do with these abstract lines is capture the feeling and the essence and the spiritual sort of emotion and feeling that you experience when you're in nature and when you're surrounded by people who you love and you're surrounded by the faith. Like, oh, these beautiful monasteries in Greece just bring you this like gust of spiritual fulfillment and joy. And it's like you can feel the energy of the Holy Spirit in the air. And so these abstract lines are that experience, that interpretation being visualized and being demonstrated in these abstract lines. And so I love doing this, and it's so satisfying too to like do a drawing and then like color it in. It's like I feel like I'm doing like an adult coloring book, and it kind of tickles my creative brain in a different way, which is super fun. And again, this is kind of new for me. I usually only do like really abstract water compositions, and so moving to these landscapes has been really, really fun. And what's cool too is now I'm planning to take these sketches, these really detailed watercolor like sketches and paintings, and turn them into large scale acrylic paintings. So I'm really excited for that. And then here's another one. So much detail and love and attention went into all of these little markings there. And again, like you're feeling the essence of the Holy Spirit within nature. Oh, I just love it. It just like transports me back. So these have a special place in my heart, and they go along with the little black and white drawings. All of these originals are actually listed on my website. Ooh, another creative project that I'm working on is custom commission paintings. And so I have clients who have commissioned me to create their own original abstract work of art that fits with their home and the size of their home and their own memories. And so for this special family friend client, she wants a giant painting, like 60 by 40, which is like pretty huge. It's a big painting, and she wants it to resemble her trip from Nafplion, Greece. And I pulled up a bunch of photos from Nafplion with like the fiery orange and yellow sunset, because she specifically requested yellows. And so we're gonna do a blue, orange, yellow sunset. And I get to kind of like take what she said and her memories and her ideas and create this custom work of art for her. So this was like my original like playful sketch when she just told me she wanted yellow. And I did this little mock-up for her with like a little sunset. But now we decided we want blues, we want more oranges, we want lots of different colors in this landscape. So I'm really excited for this commission to take place. Then I also have a pink commission coming up too, which is really exciting. I will share more later. So these custom commission paintings also spark a different side of me, like a different part of me, because I get to use like my abstract creative spirit and take my clients' memories and emotions and feelings and kind of merge the two together to birth this beautiful, original work of art. And I love doing custom pieces. If you guys want to get on my wait list to have a custom painting made for your home, just get on my email list. I'm going to be opening up a few spots at the end of the year. I'm all booked up for the summer, but I want to open up commissions again in the fall. So make sure you're on my email list to know when those commissions are opening again. But continuing on to all the creative endeavors, I'm sure if you guys have been following me on Instagram for quite a while, you know that I am obsessed with watercolor painting, and not just like realistic painting like I was showing you here, these kinds of watercolors. My watercolor journey started way more abstract. I love, love, love these loose, free, squiggly lines that are capturing that emotion and energy and mystical spirit of the water through these really playful abstract lines. And so I do these over and over and over again. And I teach watercolor classes too. I have the free 7-day meditative painting challenge linked below. So head to the link below and grab the video lessons. I teach you guys exactly how to let go of perfectionism, unwind, monitor your thoughts, create that feeling of inner peace and inner joy. Because these for me, like sometimes I come back to them and I take breaks from doing them, and I come back to them and take breaks, come back, take breaks, come back as my heart needs it. And so different pieces of art and different methods of creating have different effects on my emotional and spiritual and mental health. And so these are more if I need space. I need space from my art. I'm feeling burnt out from my art. I'm feeling overwhelmed from my business, or overwhelmed from life, or if there's any sort of like chaos or unsettled, like stressful feelings in my life, as beautiful and as peaceful as my life truly is, we all have these moments with the people we love and family, and we're all human, like we all go through ebbs and flows. But whenever I'm feeling sort of stuck or anxious, I turn to this practice. I really have this as like a crazy cool tool that I have in my toolbox to bring me back to that feeling of peace. It helps me process what's happening in my life. It helps me like relax into my own body and get back into my own nervous system, into my own emotions, into my own heart. And each line is like a processing of like the thoughts and the scenario, or just like contemplation and thinking and like speaking and having this like conversation with God. Because when I sit down to do these watercolors, it's like very silent and still, and I'm very at peace, and everything else kind of turns off, and I'm able to really focus and concentrate on my own spiritual connection to God, and I'm able to have like a one-on-one conversation with God about what's going on in my life. And it's like this little like therapy session, I guess, with myself and God. And God, you know, because I've created that stillness and that space for peace, He's able to speak wisdom into my own heart and give me the guidance and the clarity and the peace and the patience and the discernment and the wisdom to kind of move through that difficult thing that's happening in my life. And so I really find this practice so beneficial on so many layers and levels. And it's just like, yeah, I could go on and on and on about how powerful these are. But for me, it's like, I need them. I really need this. It's not even like, oh, I'm making art. Like, this to me is like not really like making art. This to me is a prayer tool to relax my mind and my body and my soul. It's like a mental health band-aid, not a band-aid, like a mental health medicine that truly heals within. Like it's an inner healing that I need, you know, as a tool throughout my life. And so if you want to reap these benefits from this meditative practice, I have the 7-day challenge linked for you guys. I think I said that already, but go get it. It's literally life-changing. I could go off, but you have to do it for yourself to see the benefits, and I promise you, you're going to love it. It's such a fun, creative practice. But even that being said, like, your interpretation of it is going to be different. Like, it's not going to look like mine, and that's the whole point. And I teach you exactly that in the lessons, is like, I'm guiding you, but like, you get to do whatever you want. And I think that's the beauty of art and creativity. And something I do differently as an art teacher is I never tell you, oh, like, I'm doing this, so you have to do exactly this and copy me. It's like, no, like, you get to do whatever you desire, whatever your body's craving, whatever your soul needs, whatever movements or marks or expressions needs to come out of you. Maybe it's like a circle, maybe it's a triangle, maybe it's something else, maybe it's like a different type of squiggle, maybe it's like a doodle of a flower, maybe it's something else. And I encourage you and walk you through that kind of creative process inside of those videos. And so you will kind of like get the confidence and the courage to create on your own and find that like joy and peace from that creative practice. And so this is like an amazing thing to have in your toolbox. So amongst all the things that I create, these are the most meditative. These transport me back to Greece, which is so amazing. And then obviously, you guys know I have these large scale acrylic paintings too. And for me, the acrylic paintings are so special because they're so big. Like, they're so big. And I love going from this like very intimate, small, like very detailed works on paper to then being able to move my body in a different way and express myself in a more broader, wider, more, I don't even know, like, I'm doing this with my hands because it's like expressive way. And so this way is like way more like just freeing. It's so liberating to just like have a blank canvas and just like go for it and just like start like moving your arms and like longer, wider gestures and just trusting your own intuition in like a broader way. It's like, I like to think of these larger pieces as like a dance. It's like a choreographed dance on canvas. And it's just like another way to express using movement in your body. And whenever I feel like I need more, I have like more energy and more life and more like pent up, like again, like our bodies love to move. And so when I feel like it's time to like get that creative energy out and I have like a lot of it, it needs to come out in a bigger way. And so that's why I love working big, because the big canvas gives my body that itch. It like scratches that itch to get out that like big, bold, crazy like expression. And like when things are coming out, it just comes out onto the canvas through paint and through different colors. And it's so crazy to watch what happens. I love working big, and I usually like have some sort of a plan, but usually like I don't. I've gotten better over time, obviously, with like learning how to create abstract compositions on canvas. And I usually will start with a drawing, like I said, and use the drawing as inspiration for the large canvas, but that's not always the case. As I've evolved in my creative journey, I've learned how to just go straight onto the canvas without a plan. But this one, for example, this is one of my G-clay prints that I offer on my website. And this was one of the very first paintings that I created. This was the second ever painting I made. And if you notice, it's like this big circle here, this big circle here. The composition is really thought out and methodical. I really wanted the viewer's eyes to go in this like broader circle, and I have these circles here to kind of guide you and show you, and then we have the repetition of this circle here. So it's like this composition that is well thought out, you know, it has rhythm, it has movement, it has repetition, pattern, it has all of those design principles. And I really had to be strategic with this one because I didn't know what I was doing yet. I had no idea what I was doing. So I had to sketch it. I had to look at a picture of water. I had to draw it. I had to paint the picture. I had to plan it a little more strategically. Whereas like now I've built up that muscle memory within my body, within my hands, that now it's like I know what I'm doing, and I can take these skills that I've learned from these paintings and even this painting and this painting. Like I've had made so many large scale paintings of water over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I've done so many now that it's like now when I went to Greece last summer or 2 summers ago, I went to Greece. I had no plan, no reference, no nothing, literally no nothing. And I just had this like burst of creative energy that needed to come out because I was so overstimulated and inspired by the water and everything I was experiencing in real time, in real life, that I came back to my Airbnb and I was just like, woo, like going crazy with the paintbrush, and it was just like, la la la, like going nuts. But again, it's like I had done all of these watercolors, I had done all this repetitive muscle memory movement, and that's the movement that came out here. And so it's not like it happened overnight. It definitely took me like 5 years to be able to create that. So it's a process, it's an evolution of growth and trusting your creative talents. And that's also to say that there's so much power in repetition. And so if you find yourself like creating the same thing over and over and over again in different iterations, like that is okay. It's actually like more than okay. Like kudos to you for being able to not get bored of it, because it's like not even like you get bored of it, but it's like it gets repetitive, but it brings you're not doing it to make a beautiful piece of art, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your own inner work. You're doing it for your own inner joy and fulfillment and spiritual joy, right? You're doing it for the process. You're doing it for what it does to you. It's that soul medicine, like I was saying earlier. It's like that thing that you need, and you're doing it for you, and you're not doing it for anyone else. And so it's like you're just doing it because it makes you happy. And for me too, it's really helpful to switch around between acrylic paint, watercolor, abstract watercolor, like realistic pieces, or kind of semi-realistic. They're not really realistic, but you know what I mean. It's like it's fun for me to kind of jump around and try different things and try different mediums, because I will kind of be honest with you guys, I have gone through a creative rut before where it's like I was so hyper focused on these big bad boys and like selling them and making a business out of them and creating these prints. There came a time when I really burnt myself out creatively because I was just literally doing the same thing over and over again. And I felt like I was in a rut, and I felt like my work became too much of like work. I felt like it was like being like forced, and I was painting for someone else and not myself. And so then it became a problem where it was like, okay, I have to paint because I need to reach this deadline, and I need to like give this to the client by this certain deadline and this and that. And then it becomes, you're painting for someone else. You're painting for the external reward or the external validation. And then in here, you start to resent it. You start to hate it. You start to not want to do it anymore because then it becomes like work. I know, I've been there, sadly, done that. But it's like reconnecting. And that's, I think, why a lot of art business owners might burn out or quit or stop making art, is because of that feeling of like, oh my gosh, like I need to do this to live. Thank God I don't need that pressure in my life, because my amazing husband is so supportive and I am taken care of financially, which is a beautiful thing. But it's like, it's a very real thing to feel that like external burden on you. But I'm here to tell you, like, if you have a place to live, you have food on the table, if you have all of your needs met, like there's so much to be grateful for. And just paint for yourself, and the people will come and the sales will come naturally. And always have fun with your creative practice. And if you feel like you need space from painting, take space away from painting. And honestly, I wish someone would have told me that too. Like, it's okay to like not paint for like a couple days or a couple weeks, even if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to. Just because you are an artist doesn't mean you have to do it every single day. Sometimes taking space from the thing that you love the most actually makes your heart grow fonder for it. And I know this is like a cliche in like relationships, like distance makes the heart grow fonder. It's true. Like, literally, take space from it. Like, you know you love it. You obviously are watching this video because you love to paint and you love creating art. And so you know you love it. You know that you love what it does to you. You know how it makes you feel good. You know that it's like there for you. It's your support system. It's your therapy, your backbone, your best tool in your tool chest to help you stay mentally and physically and spiritually fulfilled and grounded. Like, you know you love it, but sometimes you just need some space from it, and you need to like let yourself be creative in different ways. Bake a cake. Go make some like homemade sprinkles. I don't know, I saw this girl on Instagram making sprinkles. Like, who does that? I don't know. Like, someone who has lots of free time, someone who's an artist. Maybe you're an artist and you want to make your own sprinkles. Like, go make some sprinkles. Go, you can go go thrifting. I love to go thrifting. I love to go to little antique shops, literally even like a Goodwill or like a good old Salvation Army, like even those like ratty-tatty ones. I will go to like vintage stores and like shop around and see and find different things for my house and go and look for things. And so that is like a big thing that sparks and rejuvenates my creativity within myself, is like taking space and doing other creative activities that I love. Finding clothes, like putting together outfits, you know, even, yeah, like I said, like thrifting, home decor. Another thing that I love doing is playing in my garden, literally like getting in the dirt, touching the dirt, getting dirty, being outside with my bare feet, having the sun in my hair and the sun in my face, and just like letting myself like literally get sweaty outside. I feel like it's the best physical exercise too. Like, why pay for a gym membership when you can literally go like dig dirt in your backyard? It brings you joy. Farmers are the happiest people, so I do that once in a while, even though like I could obviously like hire a landscaper if I really wanted to. I intentionally like make myself go garden outside because it's like fun, and I just like do it and it brings me joy. It's like another form of therapy. So it's like weaving in other forms of things that make you feel joy is so helpful. And like walking, going for walks outside in nature, even if it's cold out, even if it's raining, put on a coat, literally just take your butt outside and go for a walk. You will feel so much better when you get back. At least I do. I think it's like literally a scientific fact at this point that if you walk outside, you will feel better because the sun makes you feel good, you get more oxygen, all the good things. So good for you. And it also like helps re-inspire your creativity, because when I go on walks, I look at things, I'm looking at the trees and the little leaves and the little flowers and the little this and the little that, the cracks in the sidewalk, like all the little things, and I look at things and it just like makes me like appreciate and admire nature in like a deeper, more intimate way. And it makes me happy. And if something makes you happy, follow that thing and do that thing over and over and over again. So another thing too is just like spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, going out, socializing, go to a concert, go dance, go to a book club or some sort of like philanthropy group or some organization where you can volunteer and like volunteer with other like-minded people. You can go to church and socialize with other people who love God. You can do lots of fun things, okay? And socializing also lifts your spirit and makes you feel more joy. And again, when you come back to your creative practice, you're gonna be so uplifted and fulfilled and just like regulated and happy that that creativity and that juice will be back, and you'll have that energy and that excitement and that love and that passion re-inspired, and it'll come back out of you. So do that, go have some fun, literally buy a new art supplies. That's like my other big advice too. If you're feeling like you're stuck creatively, go do something else, literally anything else. Go try colored pencils. I've been down the colored pencil rabbit hole too. Go get some oil pastels and do a whole piece just in pastels. You can try to do a mixed media piece, maybe with collage. Like I've done that too, where I'm literally like, what the heck even is this? It's like literally like so tragic, but it's like cut paper. But again, I was like kind of like feeling like like uninspired, but I was like, let me like just cut. And like cutting things out with the scissors, like cutting out shapes with the scissors, made me remember when I was like in preschool, and it just like brought me joy to like cut colored paper. So like cut out some things, do a collage, glue some stuff together, get your hands dirty, you know, try something different, rip up your paper, re-put it back on the canvas. I don't know, like try something different. Cut the canvas up and tear it apart and then like glue it back together in a different way. You just have to experiment and like get yourself out of it, you know, like force a new path and try different things, and don't be scared of making a mistake, because again, like the mindset from the beginning, there are no mistakes in art. There's only happy accidents. Seriously, like there's only learning and there's only evolving and there's only like literally you can just take that thing and like make it look cool in a different way. So that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And I just realized that my camera is like crooked, so like hopefully I can edit that. But I am so thankful that you guys are here and love spending time with me. I love seeing your likes and your comments. So make sure to comment if you thought anything in this video was helpful. Share this with a friend and like and subscribe to my channel. It helps other people find my work and find these philosophies and this fun stuff that I'm sharing about. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.